you shouldn't pay it if she won't tell you. That's not something I want to tell you while you're in this situation, but I mean, that's something you need to hear. If you are paying it for her and you have no insight into it, it sucks to say, you being taken advantage of as much as you could be.
Yeah.
Really.
And I mean, I see, like, I want to have a life with her, so I see a lot of, like, you know, everything is like us stuff, and I think, you know, she's trying to, like, protect me from it, so it's not just stressing me out more. But it stresses me out so much.
You need to know what it is. You need to sit down and say, if I'm helping you with this, and if we have a future together, then we need to be on the same page. In order to be on the same page, I need to know what this looks like. I would say that you don't even pay for it in general, because it's not your responsibility, and she does need to put some big girl pants on and get even the crappiest job in the world just temporarily so she can work her way out of it. And I'm willing to have that conversation with her on a financial audit. That being said, when it comes to your situation, which is why we are here,
yes,
you shouldn't pay for it either way, but you 1,000,000,000% shouldn't even come close to putting a penny towards it unless you know the balance on it. If she's still spending money on it, that's my
Trent
main
Marchand
concern.
just
racking up more debt on it,
had
and yours
his
is paying for it.
craziest goal of the fucking series.
And
He
of course,
just
chemistry and stuff, like in
sauced the
general.
whole
That's
team
scary. I need you to
and then
know
put it
that is
right in
almost
between the
disgusting.
legs.
Disgusting.
He is
I
insane.
expected that she was gonna find some work by now.
That was a hard one. Actually, I felt like I started feeling some tears on that. I'm a coach.
1 on 3.
That's poor guy.
Yeah,
He's
that's crazy.
so nice. He's so good.
He's insane.
1 on 3.
Yeah.
He's
What's the background on this? So my
he is
understanding
like
he's
untouchable.
paying for his
Yeah, I mean, he completely just crossed the guy.
girlfriend, her credit card.
Did you just hop over that dude at the end?
That man is filthy.
Yeah, that was
That
disgusting.
was filthy. Oh my god, dude.
Finally move in together. He's paying
God
for
damn
her
it, I just
car.
ran out of
She
time on
doesn't
my
let
move
him
because I was
see what her
watching that.
balance is.
That
She
was
doesn't let him see
sick.
what she's spending money on, and she refuses to get a job.
He's dealing with some self-esteem issues. That's the thing. It's like she is walking all over him. He probably thinks that she's the best that he could
You're
get.
waiting on my pizza to show up, watching this game, and holy fuck.
Other options. That's really what he's dealing with, and he's too
How was the
afraid
trip?
to go and raise any objection
It was
because he
good.
thinks that if he says
Good little
anything she
time.
doesn't like, she could leave him, and then he's going to be
Where
in
you
a
go?
worse position. So it's easier for him to pay the $69
He opened
a
his
month.
third
It's a sad
eye.
situation to be in, but he's got to put his big boy pants on.
Took one of those jellies finally.
On this one and just stop.
Oh, did you?
I think he needs therapy.
Yeah.
I need to
Oh,
Little
nice,
I need to
dude.
have him back on. He is like one of the
Sure.
Was it good?
I would
Yeah,
love to
it
have
was.
him.
Do you think
No,
they're
I
still
would love to
together?
have
First time without weed. That was kind of cool.
Have her on.
Do you think
Get
there's-
her opinion.
First time tripping without smoking, you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
My guess, maybe she's sleeping.
Honestly, smoking kind of. I mean, it is nice at the end of the night, but it fucks me up in the middle of the night. Like if I'm peaking and I smoke some weed, oh my god, it send me straight into anxiety mode.
And that's why.
I want
All
to
right.
know, is this, I was going to ask Caleb for the context.
I mean, I took it at like 10 a.m.,
Or
so.
is it a true relationship?
Hell yeah.
It was framed as a true.
Yeah.
What'd you
Good
do?
little
Just
day.
hang out, relax?
Without digging a little deeper.
Yeah, my buddy was over. He was,
I just,
you know,
I mean, maybe
played
it's
some
more
split fiction, watched some
going steady relationships these days.
YouTube shit,
Pay
listened
someone
to
else
some
to pay a
music,
card bill? Like
bullshit with him, and then my other buddy came over and caught up with him. I haven't seen him in a while, so.
even that seems a little.
Oh yeah, dude.
Talking with him.
Super
Are
sick.
they still together?
Glad to
Because
hear
this
it. As
certainly
far as
not
the
look to
jellies.
me like a relationship
Yeah.
that would likely
Sick.
stand the test of time. It looked to me like someone who has kind of found a.
Dude, did you see that Bonnaroo shit? That's
I
crazy.
did. I had some people there, some homies that were pretty upset, it looked like.
I will tell you.
Oh, yeah. I would be too.
Right? Yeah, dude. I mean, the one dude, like, he was showing around his campsite. It didn't even look that bad to me.
First goal
But
of
yeah,
the series.
I don't know.
Shaky foundation. So I think
How that
this
stuff
sounds
rolls. It's
very,
weird.
very transactional and not healthy.
Yeah, and they have a big age gap as well. He's taking care of rent. He's taking care of all utilities. Taking
You
care of
think it would be a
groceries,
bigger
taking care of
pain in the
meals,
ass
taking care of
to
everything, and her
cancel
own
the
payments
festival
on
than
things. It
let it go
feels more
on, but-
transactional than I like. I don't want
David, also nasty.
What was the? How much is that total? Do you remember?
In terms of the balance.
No. In terms of everything he's paying, like how much is he paying every month?
Oh, I don't have that off at the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Was he in a good financial situation outside of her, or were his finances, his personal, also bad?
As far as I remember, it wasn't great. It wasn't one of the worst we've ever had, but he certainly had a hole to dig out of himself as well. And
They said Martian has 6 goals this series. He might get MVP.
Yeah, he's scored every game.
Super sad.
2 this game,
What's
2
not
another
super
game
sad, though,
probably.
is I learned how to
He is
finally get ring caps on my
disgusting.
clothes, and that's
They're
really
all
nice.
like breakaways.
What a transition.
Yeah, he's saucing them every time.
Kind of
Okay.
like got kicked out of like the traditional high school, so I had to
Why
go.
would you get kicked
I mean,
out?
I was at work more than I was at school, so then like truancy and then
Yeah,
like,
Asian guy, you're gonna lose no matter what. Just fucking
because I
concede,
was
brother.
making like $2,000-$3,000 a check, so I was like, I'd rather be at work than that. So I was doing that.
Yes. You took out $2,500. What is this for?
That was a personal loan.
Why are you taking out personal loans in your team?
Of course, it makes sense for him to be quiet.
To anybody. So
They
then,
do
Trent,
take
though.
out to anybody.
Trent being quiet?
What's up, dude? Like I didn't really spend it. And
You knew it was
Andy just
coming.
has to like weasel away to bring it up every time.
to fix, and I was not having it.
Trent's never quiet. Why is Trent being quiet right now? What did he do?
Another car was coming. My dad was talking about get like.
You got up his sleeve this time, being all quiet like.
I wanted a brand new
Oh,
car.
cool.
You didn't even comment on those goals, did you, Trent? Typical Trent, not commenting on his goals.
That's crazy.
He's not watching. He's playing Doom.
And
Oh, okay. That's right.
Doom Typhoon.
I know, I understand.
I heard it gets rough when you don't
I
have any
tried to
friends
buy
on
it,
that
and
game.
He was like, you're not gonna like it. Just
The one
don't.
that broke in Illinois?
No,
I heard it gets rough when you don't have any friends.
was the one
On
that
that game.
and then I turned around and bought the Volkswagen.
You gotta go in the PvP areas by yourself,
I'm
huh?
not gonna say who's at fault here,
Yeah.
but the car was totaled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's built like
Who was
that.
at fault?
It wasn't me, I know that.
Built a
Yeah,
little
we're
diff.
progressing. Yeah, it'd be
Those
cool
both
though
parties
if I
were
had a
like-
friend.
One thing I really liked about this
Oh my
guy
god, this
is,
guy actually
kind
thinks
of
he has a
you and I, Graham,
chance.
and
Like,
he is included in this as
brother,
well.
give up
Definitely,
right
yeah, the
now.
further
Where
you
we
go, the
like
more
to
shit
work
you
more
need.
than go to school, and I know you have history with that, and he had history with that, and I had history with that. I dropped out of college because I just wanted to go make money. I loved that about him, but then he diverged from us a little.
There's
got
no
stupid
way
expensive
Edmonton
cars
comes
18
back
and
again.
A lot of other debt, and that.
Well,
Ooh,
there's
what
a
a
will.
bad way to
There's a
start
will.
adulthood.
You know what? I thought in the
Yeah.
beginning this would be a really positive clip. I thought, oh, we
Connor.
watched some really bad ones. Here's a good one to throw us off. And it started
Sorry.
off amazing. I like the aspect that he was going and he was working and he was making money. And then he's blowing it on cars. And then to sell a car like that, that might need a $10,000 repair for $3,000. It sounds like he just got taken advantage of by whatever auto shop
Exactly.
was there and was just saw a kid and thought, oh, we could, take him. He'll believe whatever he said. They got a deal on the car, and then he turns around and spends $33,000 on a new car. He may as well have just spent the $10,000 on the repair, which was likely BS to begin with.
And his dad co-signs too.
I know.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
that-
what's interesting is he's one of these young people who is just, I feel like, poorly educated. Just
Go.
something he chose to do it. He went out and took a personal loan.
Fucking go,
solely
brah.
because he could take out a
Let's
personal
fucking
loan. He asked his
go.
dad to co-sign on a loan solely because that's an avenue to be able to buy the car. I feel like if he seems intelligent enough that if someone would have educated him,
Damn, that
hey, you
crowd
buy that
was
gas,
so
you don't
hyped
do this,
finally,
you buy,
and
you
they
go
are
that direction.
silent.
I feel like there may have been hope for him, except for when he kept saying,
Yeah,
"Oh,
Reinhardt did that.
I wasn't having that. When you're 18 years old, I don't think you get to
That was
choose
nice.
Thread
one
the
thing
needle.
not having, at least not at that age and
Well,
stage of life.
and he said it's not his fault on the car accident. Here's the thing: we talk about all the time that for anybody in their 20s, it's almost hard to not be successful if you just start making good decisions. And he was in his teens, so I mean, there's even more paths to success. I feel so sad that all of his consumption decisions are like massive. It's not like he was drinking too much coffee or, he was going out there and buying designer brands for his clothes. He was actually buying cars and doing other things. These are catastrophic type consumption mistakes that really put you a step behind.
Well, would you like to feel more?
Goalie didn't even know where that was coming from.
Say yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
no.
I'm not mistaken, he lost about $10,000
No,
in
are
gambling
you
the year he turned
serious?
18 as well.
Oh my.
Yeah.
See, hard work. Do you know how powerful a hard-working person in their teens? I mean, that truthfully is the first step to being able to have the engine of success. But if he's doing all these other things, he might as well just be he's crippling himself. I mean, he's destroying any opportunity that's out there. That's sad.
$10,000 in gambling at that age, like maybe I want to
issue.
walk back he seemed like an intelligent guy, and I don't want to be disparaging, but that is, I don't know very many people, certainly none of our clients, who have made it to the level of success they're at by starting a gambling career at age 18.
Hey, me just saying, hey, go buy an index fund and go fix the gambling.
Well, that $10,000 he lost right there, 42 years, 8% return. $253,000 he just lost by the time he hit 60.
It's only a loss if he quits.
Huge.
On to the next clip. Dude, it kills me every time. You get me. You're my enemy. You're doing the thing that pisses me off, and I'm getting itches in places because of this. $6,584 of purchases.
So that card. So the next two Chase Inc. cards, that Bank of America card's I'm the only one that has a card to that one. The next two employees have cards to that one.
Oh.
So they know. Well, I have managers in places they need to fix a vehicle, fix a flat tire, pay for an oil change. We have vehicle repairs. Things come up. They got to buy uniforms. There's a lot of expenses like that. We pay for Dropbox. So I tried to give you the transaction history for my card stuff and kind of focus on that. The rest is just they're only using for legitimate business expenses.
Legitimate?
Yes.
Is this
not
business
me, but
cash
them.
flowing?
No, not really.
Any of it? Just the original franchise? Is that even cash flowing?
No, not really. Right now, it's borrowing against receivables.
How long do you think until it cash flows?
I think another year.
You think?
I don't mind
Man,
saying, Caleb. I mean, I think sometimes people want to look successful before they actually have the success. So he felt like it was big ball and move.
It's the first guy since '88 to score 6 goals in a final.
Employees before he even knew what's coming in, what's going out, and that's failure. I mean, you got to.
He was gone.
Any employee a credit card until I was at the point of understanding what's going on in my business, and it sounds like he's just
a pop
all over
in.
the place. It's squirting out all kind of leaks and everywhere else. It's not healthy.
He's been pursuing this business for a long time, too, and he's just been building it off the credit cards.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a security company.
When's the last time you ran through
Security
Seinfeld,
company,
Core?
So they'll do
Been a little bit.
Personal security and security for events.
What? It seems
Really?
to me like the easiest business to run. You just
Been a while
charge
for me.
more than you spend.
Yeah.
And it's not a capital.
It's so uncomplicated.
It's not
My
a
dad had the
capital
opposite
intensive
episode on
business.
today.
So long as you have enough revenue coming in, you have to pay employees. Wages and salaries should be your biggest expense. You shouldn't.
He went with
be
tuna on rye.
Other things he's talking about, like uniforms and
For the
whatever.
soup.
Tell your folks to wear all black clothes, and that's the uniform. Don't rack up.
Changed
credit
it all
card
up.
to do that. A security business should not be one that is causing him to run that negative, or else he's overstaffed or undercharging. Those are the only two options that could be the case.
Look, if you have
Well, what's going to kill all three of you is you guys all have business. Grammy got the bankroll. You guys, Money Guy, you have a lot of different business avenues. What's going to kill you about this guy is he would open a franchise of this security place with a business partner. It would become cash flow positive, but then he would want to branch out and open another branch, and then another branch, and then another branch, well before they ever became cash flow positive, banking on all those different franchises that they opened within the security sphere to eventually just blow up and make a bunch of money.
Look, we all know. I know people see Amazon and they say, "Hey, Bezos was using all this money and using debt. He wasn't making money for years." When you're running a security business, you're not Amazon, and if you're having to use debt, you're a zombie business. You're not really profitable.
Dude,
Go ahead and
fuck
let's
that.
shoot it, put out of its misery, because that's not healthy and it's not viable.
You cannot scale inefficiency. It doesn't work. At some scale, inefficiency grows and grows and grows until the entire thing collapses upon itself. It cannot work that way. So this idea of franchising something that doesn't work and multiplying it out is literally building a house of cards that will not succeed. It can't succeed.
So if you guys want to give me a bankroll, coffee credit card, and a Money Guy credit card, I'll be your guys' employees, and I'll go spend up to those limits if you guys want.
There we go. There we go.
Next clip. It worked.
Sharp enough.
So you're ready?
Yeah.
You're ready to do it?
Oh, yeah.
This is all your credit cards? Every single one? Let me see. If you have access to them.
Oh goodness.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
I say there's a few credit cards here.
It's
you need just to say.
insane.
I don't know how many people have chopped up this many credit cards on this show.
Burlington.
Try and beat my limit.
Oh, you've beyond beating the limit.
I'm pulling the 145 right now.
He's
Those
back.
are also Upstart?
What the hell?
He's gone.
I had a motorcycle accident a couple years ago, and
Well,
I
what
actually,
does that tell us?
I kind of pulled one of these because I was out of work and had no
He's trying to
vacation time to
get
cover
his
it.
TV
You're in
thing
the
working
red,
probably.
$374. So, and that's your budget to survive. That's a conservative budget. That's
I
not
actually
you
just
going
started a
to
GTA 5
So
campaign
this is-
earlier.
that's without you f***ing around. With you and her
Since
combined,
it's on
I need
Xbox and
$50,000
fresh.
anyhow.
Going on. 1 minute.
What the hell?
We're in this forever. We're dying in power
Yeah.
and we're never retiring.
Do I hear you?
Which
Talk for me.
I'm sorry that that's so negative, but that's the reality.
I hear you.
That's reality. Yeah.
Will
Even with that extra $2,000 a month, it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
We can go
Talk
through
for
the
me.
process and figuring out how long it's going to take to pay off.
Yep,
But it doesn't really
yep,
matter
yep,
because
yep,
right
yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
we're losing $374 a month. I don't know how much money you guys are going to bring in, so we're going to be going full hypothetical.
Yeah.
Hey, I got you here, Gene. I'd be in trouble.
Take care of this.
What?
Yeah.
Good thing I got you.
I'll add some
It's not
context
work,
for this
yeah.
one, too. His wife
I'd be in trouble without you, Gene.
that second.
Yeah, God
for
forbid.
her.
God forbid.
Now it's just a single income household.
Somebody
He's
responds
actually
in a human
working two
amount
jobs
of
and a night
time.
job just to try to make ends meet, but they're negative after they cut everything back on their minimum budget. They are negative because
God
we were
damn
what,
it,
40 minutes
Trent.
into recording this
Fucking
episode, we're still
fell.
going through individual debts, which unfortunately has now been
Decided to
one
play
up by the
ranked
first 50 minutes of recording.
again.
We're still going through individual debts.
Lost
Early
2 in a
2024,
row. Then I lost
but
3, and then
sadly,
4 in a row. So I was
yeah, no,
23
she's
points
doing a
away
great job, but
from
I don't
from
think
Ultra
she's going
Ball
to
2.
win.
But
This dude has
now
everything on his
we're
back.
1 point away,
That's
and I'm
sad.
fighting
When it comes
some
to, when it comes to
bitch.
financial management, there's only
Guess
two
where
options
they're
you have. They either
from?
spend less money, and it sounds like they're down at the very bottom of the barrel. They can't cut
It
any
ain't
lower,
here.
or you make more money, and they have to figure out
I'll
some
tell you that
method,
much.
some mechanism to bring more money in. If he's already working 2 jobs and he's already navigating that, there's some breakdown here if she's
Yeah.
not contributing to the household, at least for a season, to get out of this debt hole. Something is awry, but that's the solution is so simple.
Educated guess if I've ever heard one.
Simple. You just got to go create more income. Find a way to bring more money into the household.
Yeah, it seems like he's willing to make a change, though. Unlike a lot of other people that you've had on the channel, it seems like this guy really is committed to changing his situation. So I think that's really nice.
We need more
that stack
fucking
of credit
water.
cards. I mean, it's quite telling, I think, of his intentions going forward.
Absolutely. I just need his wife to start bringing in some money because I think he's working like 60 hours a week by himself.
You
and
Asian
she's
fuck,
not
you think
pulling
you're
in
gonna
anything.
gatekeep me?
And I remember just
We're up
now,
2-0. You
his
think I'm giving?
roommate, who's not
Think I'm
paying
choking
rent,
like
and
the
he's also
Pacers?
subsidizing them as well.
Caleb, you just need to have Three's Company on your show. I mean,
You
seriously,
just call
have
me
Three's
Benedict?
Company on, play the
Yes.
theme music, and then get to the bottom of, because it sounds like he's willing to be the player that can make
Oh, he
improvements
conceded. He
without
knew. He saw the
buy-in from,
future.
you
He
know,
crunched the
the
numbers.
roommate, and as well as from the spouse. I don't see how this gets better.
I'm back in.
I just don't want to talk about the car though, because I have to keep the car in order to get
You
places.
don't, but we've already been over that, and you can take the f***ing bus. We already talked about
But
that.
I want a
Insert the clip
buffer.
now.
And then
It's a
how
clip on a
how
clip
would
on
I
a
get
clip.
to work?
9,000 and the 6 bus. You are bussing until you save up $10,000.
How would I get to work
Bus.
without a car?
You ride the bus.
Yeah, no, Trent. Every time I slip in that game, just switch to
I want to.
Oricorio and
I refuse.
Tapu Koko.
It's not funny to me.
Start
It's not
fucking them
funny to
up
me. A
again.
negative checking account is not funny. I understand you want to be positive, but you're also just not acknowledging your situation, which means you're not willing to do anything about your situation. If you are negative in your checking account, you cannot afford a $17 McDonald's DoorDash delivery. You cannot afford that.
That's my dumb boyfriend. I know I wasn't supposed to do this, but it's the only way, so I wouldn't show up late. So I went in the alleyway, and I clocked in at 5, and then I went to go park my car, and that took about 30 minutes because I wanted to get the free parking, so I had to wait in line.
So you have no job right now.
And they're already going into that, huh?
Service.
I mean, they kind of have
How
to,
many
but
hours are you working with them?
Hardly none. but it's better than nothing.
How many hours?
It's on call. So if they post a job, then you accept
through what
it
service?
or you don't.
Oh, this is one of those like hire a maid type things. It's not like you're working for a company where they have cleanings ongoing that are scheduled and they send cleaners out.
Yeah, I refuse to do that because then I have.
Well, you refuse to do a lot of things, and guess what? That made you lose a job. So how about we stop refusing things and we act like an adult?
I just want to be flexible to do the things that I like.
Yeah, Tyler.
Do the things I like.
Yeah, Tyler is someone that we've had on the show a few times now. We're probably not going to again unless she puts any change forward. She refuses to get rid of a car that is like 1,000 hours a month. When she makes $0 a month, she gets fired from a job. She won't work. She spends money. It's ridiculous. I love her as a person. I truly do, but she refuses to change. And when we see people literally dying on the Walmart floor in their 90s because they never set anything aside for retirement because they never sacrificed in their life once, it's her.
How is she ever going to get out of this? Because it seems like she's making a lot of excuses. She's refusing to do what's necessary, but she wants the freedom to go and live her life the way she wants without having to work for it. I'm curious, how is she ever going to change that? Otherwise, she's just going to be constantly broke, and she could only get so broken to the point where she won't get any more loans. She can't take out any more credit cards. There's got to be a point where eventually, like, the buck ends. It's got to stop. And so I'm curious what her plan is after this.
Every redemption story has to have a rock bottom. I mean, if you think about it, because right now there's no scarcity, there's no fear. It's all about what I'm entitled or I'm not willing to, refuse to back away from this. So she's faking it until she makes it, which is going to lead to failure. And I can just go ahead and tell you that being rich is so much better than looking rich, but she needs the redemption story of hitting rock bottom first.
Yeah, I don't understand. A lot of the folks that I see on your channel, Caleb, are folks that I would classify as being at rock bottom, but they don't see it. How on earth does she not see how dire her situation is? And it's almost like, oh, well, I refuse. I'm not going to live that way. I'm not going to do that. Well, you already don't have the freedom right now to choose the way that you live your life, but eventually you're actually going to lose that. You will not be able to choose anything, and I don't see how these people are blind to that. I don't see how they don't get that they need to change.
I'd say she was rock bottom before this because literally until a month before she came on the show, for about 4 months in between the second and third episode that she was on, she was homeless. She was living in the car because she refused to get rid of it. If that's not rock bottom enough, I don't know what is. And at that point, what can anyone do to help someone? I don't know. That was one of the rare situations, and it's sad because, again, I love her as a person. She's a nice person, and she deserves, like any other human, to live a good life. I don't know what else to do, and I basically have given up on her.
Does she have family to fall back on? Like, can she move back in with her parents? Do you know? It sounds like she might not have a good relationship with her parents.
She does not have a good relationship with her parents, and there was even some like financial manipulation in the past.
All right, that makes sense.
But all the more reason to recognize, if I don't have that to fall back on, man, I better do something to improve my lot moving forward. And she doesn't seem like she's in that place at all.
A big indicator of success from what I've seen, I mean, we even have when we have people apply for jobs, is what are you willing to do that others are not? And that is not people saying that's beneath me or that's not my job or I'm not willing to do that. That's the exact opposite, and that actually is a turnoff to success.
We'll see if we allow her to come on in 2024, but until then, next clip. Now, this is an exciting one because when the money guy were in town, we met with Joseph, who's been on the show all the time. This was his third time, and we gave him one final chance to meet a certain goal, and if he did, I'd give him $500, and they'd give him $500. And we're actually recording on the exact day that was his last chance to meet that goal. We said if he got his savings to $1,438 and his credit card balance down to $500, we'd give him those bonuses.
Well, shit.
Recorded a segment that I have not seen yet. We're going to take a look at it and see how far he's come.
Fingers crossed for Joseph.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Hello. My name is Joseph.
With the facial hair, a little bit.
In the Caleb
Yo.
universe, it's an honor to be a part of.
You better not come back.
Please
don't kill me.
And I just wanted to give you an update as far as with regard to.
I'm a freshie. I have nothing.
That was.
Hello.
Could I get down to $500
Help me.
on the credit card debt from 36?
Hello.
By the way. Also,
Help me, Tom Cruise.
That the credit card.
I'm literally have nothing.
Then
I do. Can't you hear me?
$1,438.
Nice. Exactly what Caleb
Hello?
said.
Hello?
I'm happy to report.
Oh,
that
I was muted. I'm sorry. Hello, boys.
That credit card.
Yeah.
I did get it, but we'll get into that.
Mike.
Wait a minute.
To give you the summary, I think I've been a good boy, a better boy, actually.
Yeah, you're fucking
lying. That's not his name.
Not his name.
That's my name, bro.
Don't wear it out, bro. Do not wear that out.
The window was the 15th or the 20th. When my direct deposit comes in, it'll be on the 20th. I think I have a case here for the $1,000. So, and then. Oh, damn, the Oilers bringing their. Or that's the plan going forward, because I've had
Are we back out?
little emergencies, or what I consider emergencies. I could not do the bus anymore. While I also needed a new phone, and so out of impulse, I said, let me get tires on my car. And then I bought the phone too,
34
which
meters.
is basically a $10 phone when you consider that I got 2 months free service, so like $100 credit towards the service.
That does not make it a $10 phone.
$100, so $10 phone when you just factor in taxes.
There's some creative math going on.
Come forward and say that I didn't really have a strategy for savings at first, because that was not the plan. Well, the reason being is because
we've talked about it.
Responsible thing to do is keep 500 or 1,000 saved, and then go toward like the credit card debt. But I really hate the interest. So what I did was I had every week when I got paid, it was like,
0
okay,
points.
take
I'll just leave it
this
there.
is before I had my health insurance, so it was like
Whatever.
$650 every week. So it was like, okay, pay 600, keep 50, and that's just for spending. And then next it was pay 600 and keep 50, or some huge number like that.
I love Joseph, but he talks in circles. It's hard to follow.
Taken care of because I'd already put them.
What is he talking about?
And that's an every
I'm
month
not
thing. Like, I
following
just
this.
set them aside. Like the bills are paid.
I'm counting on you to have the Dakota ring to tell me.
I plan on being there.
I've paid that credit card off, so now I have a chance to build a savings. Caleb, Money Guys, Stephanie, I probably wouldn't advise you to do what I did, but I got it done.
Did he get it done though?
I think he got the credit card done. I think.
How I could knock
But
it
not the
out
savings.
by December 1st, because I wanted to knock it out like on November 30th, so the statement would show 0. But I didn't really know how the credit card schedule worked, so I got my own credit card and I spent a little bit on it, bought groceries, and then
Did he just borrow from Peter to pay Paul?
Still far under 500. It's a win. I did get a new credit card. It's my credit card.
But he said he got a new credit card.
This is the one he's talking about because you want to get off his the one.
$2,600 on it. You see, because it's the holidays and.
Oh, Caleb, Joseph, what are we gonna do with him?
That I bought from a pawn shop, and it's like, I worked hard to pay this off. I gotta treat myself, and it's $2,600, so it's like $1,000 less than the $3,600, and then it's interest free. I'll have it taken care of by February. It's cool, guys. Okay, I'm just kidding. I didn't spend that $2,600 on PS5, the new Xbox, and the Steam Deck.
After what we said.
What, he was kidding? Was that a joke?
I don't know.
Here's the case I'll make for why I've earned $1,000, because I paid off the credit card. My mom's credit card specifically.
That was the one, yep.
Any debt I have is on me, and I did not purchase all the bunch of game consoles and stupid. What I did was I bought a Geico insurance policy because I have no other option, but it'll pay for itself because I'm just gonna, I miss my niece out of town. I have a bunch of relatives, just out of town, and I can't get there by bus. And I could side hustle, and it'll pay for itself, assuming nothing happens to the car. I will have $1,000 in savings on the 20th, which puts me net 1,000.
So it sounds like you didn't
1,000.
do it.
There was only 2 things that we needed to have details on, and I feel like we've gone all over the place, including opening a new credit card.
100, you see, and that would be beating the interest I would have earned in the high yield savings. But yeah, I'm still net 1,000 either way. So, Caleb, Money Guys, it's an honor to be a part of your content, guys. And I want to give a thank you to the audience too. And not just, it's just wild how I'll see comments that like, oh, I just paid off my house, I paid off my car, I put myself on a path to retirement, all these come up stories, and Caleb's not even shouting at you. So what's my excuse?
Exactly.
If y'all can pull yourself out of a bad situation, there's no reason I shouldn't either. Also, if I don't pay off my taxes by the end of the
Oh gosh, don't say
no.
no.
Shave my head.
Joseph, don't make any more
Happy
promises.
Also, this is not a meme. I unironically bought a $2,200 insurance policy for my car.
Okay, so let me break down for you what he did.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna take 5 minutes of Joseph talking and distill it into about 20 seconds.
Okay.
He had a credit card with his mom.
Okay.
He paid that down. The balance he showed was $176. He said he got that knocked out. November, he wanted to show zero for November 30th, but he took it down. It was at 176. He paid that off.
Okay.
But then he went and got a new credit card. And on that credit card, he bought an insurance policy for his car. And that insurance policy was $2,600. So now he swiped the credit card to pay for the premium for the insurance on the car. He also put new tires on the car instead of taking the bus, instead of taking public transportation. So he got one credit card paid down below $500, but then he did run up another credit card to $2,500. On the savings goal, he was supposed to get his savings up to $1,438, and he did not get there. He got to $1,000 in saving, or he's estimating that when his direct deposit hits, then he'll be at $1,000. So he hasn't actually gotten there. He's waiting for the check to hit, and then he's saying that he's going to be there because of that. So in my mind, I don't think he hit him.
Well, my question, I heard him say in there that I had to treat myself. What was the I had to treat myself?
I think that was a joke. You know, sometimes Joseph likes to play these funny jokes.
Okay, I'm going to put my Caleb headpiece back in.
I think that was him. I think that was him just joshing around.
Okay.
I'm still a little confused. I'll be
Cody
honest.
Garbrandt's
He
about to fight.
walked around that conversation a
For
lot.
old time's
So
sake.
I have some statements right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Capital One accruing interest is at 179.
That was the statement that he sent along. That's the November 30th statement. He said he didn't quite get it to zero, but he got it down to $179. Right? Am I tracking on that?
Yeah, this ends December 9th. This statement. So, but yeah, pretty much. So he didn't. Well, okay. So we wanted him to get the
Below
card down to
500.
500.
So technically he did that. However, he went and got another credit card.
How do you not ride the bus for a few extra weeks to essentially take care of over a third of the new expenses he took on the new credit card just by winning and taking our OPM money, other people's money spends so much easier than your own money? Why wouldn't you wait a few weeks before you made that transaction? I don't understand that.
I mean, literally, the $2,500 car insurance premium would have literally cost him $1,000 less if he just waited a few weeks. If he would have just let us pay him, hit the numbers. But I don't think, and you can tell me if you have the statement, Caleb, his savings didn't get there either, did it? He was...
Right. We just got a screenshot literally right now. My producer just sent it to me. It got to 623. So
yeah, I mean, I'm still frustrated. $2,600 is not a small sum of money just to go open a brand new card. I mean, truthfully, Joseph is the type of person that might want to freeze his credit and give himself a little friction to being able to open up credit cards so freely, because it ought to be something that you measure twice on, cut once, and it just to roll right into, hey, I got close to paying this one off, and I felt like it was time, I guess, to meet our goal. I'll go open up a new one. He was trying to catch us on a technicality in some degrees, but since he didn't even hit the savings goal, I don't think it matters.
I don't think so either.
yeah, he sent a note with his new screenshot right now. Combined, they're over $1,000, and by combining, he's talking about his checking account, which of course he's using that bills in and out. That's just what's sitting there right now, so I'm not counting that towards his savings. This was supposed to be his 1 month emergency fund, and he says, I just have the IRS to pay, in quotation, $400, which I don't know if he got on a monthly payment or what, but he said, and I'm keeping $100 so I don't catch a fee, except I used $2.12 to expand my Google Drive storage. That was the note he just sent. So,
well,
I want to give him credit. He made progress. He did make some progress. He got a credit card paid down. He didn't go buy ridiculous stuff, but there's still a behavioral aspect there, I think, that's missing that he's going to have to figure out if he really wants to change his outcome in life.
But it is a binary decision. He didn't reach the two objectives.
Did not.
I mean, you don't get sales goals, you don't get certifications just for the participation trophy. It actually has to have the goal and objective reached.
Only Evel Knievel gets paid for the effort.
Next clip. So $1,368 is what's on there.
Mhm.
What is it actually, though? What's the real number?
There's another $1,800 sitting in my Mercy.
Why are we purchasing extra money on a card that we're probably trying to pay off?
I mean, ideally, we'd like to pay everything off.
$2,900 on this thing. Okay, again, this went up. We've made no payment on the city. We made $258 of purchases, bringing it from $4,752 to $5,039.
I know, and that's so sad because
late fee of $29. $60 of payments and then $195 of purchases. You guys are killing yourselves with this. $30 of fees and $83.09 of interest you're losing on this. Angry. That's our debt, right?
No.
That is scary.
Okay, the big one that we've had since September of last year was our rings. We financed our wedding rings.
That's right. So what is the car?
2022 Grand Cherokee L Overland.
Oh no. What's owed on it currently?
$57,891. And then I drive a 2018 Kia Stinger.
What's owed on that?
I believe it's $26,850.
You guys are killing yourselves. What's this Apple thing?
Oh, we have an Apple credit card.
We haven't talked about it yet, have we?
Oh.
No.
No.
Okay.
The balance is $7,988. We're just financially illiterate, I would say.
Goodness gracious.
Financial illiterate. That's like the most classic American statement I have learned throughout these.
It's not financially illiterate. It's stupid. That's all it is. You're taking financial illiteracy to like a new definition I didn't even know existed.
That's not the Christmas spirit, Graham.
It's very gluttonous. I mean, everything that they showed, like those were nice cars. I mean, they're living their best life in a very small moment, and then they're going to spend decades paying a price it's a lot less nice than that life that they're currently living.
I mean, they certainly have a lot of unsecured debt, but at least the secured debt, these two automobiles, I would think immediately tomorrow, sell the cars for whatever you can, get out of that debt and buy something less expensive, because there is no reason for where they are to have a $57,000 car loan and a $27,000 car loan. That's just crazy. That's insane. This is something where they need to okay, we have to get away from these assets that are literally drowning us in the pool of debt and figure out something else they can do and figure out somewhere they can attack all the other debts that they have.
And they walked into the studio that day with a newborn child they have, and they have to pay off all this debt. I always talk about the moral responsibility of taking care of your as a parent, so your kid doesn't feel morally responsible to take care of you when you're older, and that they are not in a good start.
And they finance their wedding rings too. I mean, what a way to start a marriage. It's like, hey, let's go into debt on these rings that we probably could have picked up for 1/10 of the price. Now, I don't know how much they spent on that, but it's probably way too much. Because they love each other.
Not enough to have to go into debt for it. That's not a requirement in order to get married.
You know how people have a gag reflex to seeing certain things? I don't understand why more people don't have a debt reflex where they see stuff and they go, because I mean, how do you do this life and sleep at night? I mean, I couldn't sleep. I would.
I have a gag reflex to seeing newborn children because they're stinky and sticky, but I hope it doesn't grow up with a lot of debt, even though it stole my highlighter. Hey guys, so for my brokerage outside of my traditional retirement accounts, when I'm doing my single stock picks and just overall brokerage moves, I've switched over to Moomoo. And they're actually upping their bonus from $400 to up to $5,000 when you transfer over to Moomoo using my link in the description below. I've been using them for a few months now before I recommended them because I just want to make sure I'm recommending the best platform possible. And honestly, I've kind of fallen in love with using it. And the best part is when you deposit money into your Moomoo account and you're not ready to invest yet, you get 5.1% on your money. So it's a pretty incredible platform to try, so feel free to try it in the link below.
That's what we're going to focus on.
It's the important stuff. Next clip. One more.
All right.
Now we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
Oh, no. Come on. We need one more. Just a third one.
Why are you making me watch this? You should not go out with me if I'm an Ohio State fan. I do not like Ohio State because I'm from Michigan. So.
Never be honest. Okay. I don't know if that's a good first message, but
well, I responded to her prompt though.
Okay. They're seriously the worst. They're so gross. I'm glad there's not as many down here. I didn't go to University of Michigan, but as a Michigander, ew. And then you said the double text.
I'm a double texter. I'm a triple texter. That's
true.
I'm a mountain send full stream.
All right.
Guns ablazing texter.
How's your weekend going so far? My friend's parents' house. Okay. Oh no, that's terrible. My weekend was pretty good. Very light conversation. Okay. So you went from okay, so good conversation, but there's nothing that I see here that's like, it seems more like a friendly conversation, kind of back like pen pals.
Where did he even go?
This is good. How long have you been in Texas? I've been here for 5 years, but yeah, very hot. Still much prefer winters up there. Fair enough. That's really cool. Yeah. What brings you on here? What do you mean, what brings you on here? She's single.
But
how is she?
She might be single. Hookups. I don't know. You don't know.
What brings you on here? That's
maybe she's not.
That's a dumb
she might
question. What brings you on here? Oh, I'm bored of TikTok. No, she wants to meet someone. Like,
yeah, but you don't know if she's diddling or dating.
It's a lame question. So then you follow up again, another double text. So like you're stacking these points against you right now.
This is very embarrassing.
Yeah, I know.
For me.
But you know what? This is how you teach people with personal finance, and this is how I will teach you not to send these messages.
You are the one with the fiance.
So I am going to work on behalf of everyone you've had on the show that you have reamed into, and this is my one chance where I could ream into you for this, because your finances, that they're not bad, they're decent relative to how much you're doing, so you're fine. So this is my chance to shine here. Okay,
shine away.
You're just incredibly gorgeous, so I just come on.
What?
So,
what's wrong with gorgeous?
Are you not interested? You're just so gorgeous. So I just no. Come on.
This is terrible.
Right? That's what she's thinking.
Why do I need this job?
I would be so down to go back and do a whole video just reviewing your messages. That's it. We get rid of the finance part. Let's just go through Tinder, Bumble, whatever you have, Hinge, doesn't matter. Let's review these.
I do have some good news. No, the good news is it was like a month and a half ago now. At a fish shop, I asked a girl out. Complimented her classes. It wasn't a great pickup line, but I asked a girl out, got her number. We've been going on dates like every day, every other day since then. But I haven't even opened Hinge or Tinder or Bumble in like a month and a half.
At a fish store too. That's so cool.
Yeah. She was getting some shrimp. I was getting a puffer fish.
You're getting some shrimp. That's the most romantic thing. Reminds me of what is it? What's that movie with Rob Schneider? Deuce Bigelow?
I don't know that one. Now, one more clip to go.
Okay, so the Great Wolf Lodge thing, that's because I've had 2 kids begging me to go.
I don't care if they're begging.
I will say...
Do you give it to a kid that cries in the grocery store every single time they want a candy bar?
The big part with money with kids specifically are kids that have money trauma. So, like, there are kids that grow up that are scared of money.
Yeah.
And... from like constantly being told that they don't have money, and then there's kids that are obviously with money because they've always had too much money. So there's both drastic ways. The boys came from a hoarding situation.
Hoarding within the house?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So we were eating out all the time, and my grandma, I don't know if she's gonna watch this, she's sort of an enabler. So we would go to Carter's every Tuesday because Carter's was half off. Carter's was no longer half off when I'm paying for absolutely everybody to go. And I get nervous about buying them used clothes because they're kids.
What?
Also, Goodwill prices suck. So to clarify...
Oh, that was an example. There's garage sales and there's a lot of stuff. I'm not even saying you have to do that yet, Salvation Army. But they're kids.
Yeah, I know.
And they're not even in like that area where like... people start caring about fashion in like middle school and high school. Yeah, they're in elementary school.
It's if they have.